And here we go, ladies and gentlemen, 3 rounds, heavyweight action in the cage, making its way first. Fighting out of the blue corner, from Sweden, here is Eddy Bengtsson.
Yes, here comes Eddy Bengtsson representing Gladius MMA. He has a record of 4-2 and hails from Gothenburg in Sweden. He's a former Greco-Roman Olympic wrestler. Since he's last made an appearance in the cage, he's done some good work and made a few improvements, including shedding some weight to improve his speed.
Yeah, one thing to note is Eddy Bengtsson, a couple of Olympics in the Greco-Roman discipline, perfect for the application in mixed martial arts. Dave Keeley, of course, standing 6'10", so it's going to make it that bit easier for Eddy to get in, get those double unders he's going to be looking for and really put that Greco to use.
I'm just listening, Josh, and I think that he's coming to Iron Forever blowing bubbles. I believe that he's a big Irons, a big West Ham fan, which is quite interesting. Nice little connection here with London. He's finished all of his fights by strikes or submission.
It's also worth noting, John, he has dropped a tremendous amount of weight. When he first started, competing in wrestling and working towards those Olympics, he was in the 130-kilo class. And he's dropped well over 50-plus pounds to the shape he's in tonight, really having a resurgence of late and winning, the Swedish Freestyle Championships earlier last year and the FILA World Grappling Championships. So definitely in shape and game for this one.
And his opponent tonight, fighting out of the red corner from England, here is Dave Keeley.
He will be facing Dave, the Iron Giant Keeley. He is 5-4, representing Gracie Barra Sheffield and from Rotherham. This is one big dude. He's lots of boxing experience, vicious striking ability, very good power. But interestingly, this 6'10" that we see as an advantage is just as much as a disadvantage. As you sort of referred to, Josh, if Bengtsson's to shoot in, he's got an awful long way to go down to grab an underhook and sprawl out. Yeah,
certainly the genetic attributes of Dave Keeley would seem to suggest that he's going to favour the stand-up. He's been enjoying the submission game a bit of late, but, unfortunately in his career he's faced some pretty formidable submission artists themselves.
Yeah, he's been in there with some big names, Jeff Monson, and some other very good talent. In fact, he's getting tips off Monson these days. He rolled for an hour after their contest, picking up just little bits and pieces, and he's remained an ally.
Yeah, well, Jeff Monson, of course, now making his home in the UK. One thing to note about Dave Keeley's record is, for a guy with only 9 fights, he has a huge amount of international experience. Has fought as far away as Korea. He's got a fight booked in Australia. Recently fought in Recife in Brazil. So, a lot of experience for Dave Keeley.
Yeah, he lost that fight, but I did in fact find out that he was ill. So it'd be good to see a fully fit giant this evening.
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen, once again, 3 5-minute rounds this scheduled in the heavyweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist standing 6 feet 2 inches tall. Official weight 262.5 pounds. As a professional, his record stands 4 victories and 2 defeats. He fights out of Gothenburg, Sweden. Here is Eddy Bengtsson. And next his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist standing 6 feet 10 inches tall. His weight 258.75 pounds. His professional record 5 victories and 4 defeats. He fights out of Rotherham, England. Here is the Iron Giant, Dave Keeley. Referee in charge of the action, Mark Goddard.
Mark Goddard, the referee in this heavyweight contest. We have Dave the Iron Giant Keeley in the black with red trim. Eddy Bengtsson is in the black with white. And we're underway in this first round.
Let's see if Dave Keeley looks for any feeling out process or if he's immediately going to open up with those straight shots.
Two of the nicest guys I've met in martial arts, these two.
Immediately, Dave Keeley with the intention to punch, trying to frame and push away, doing a good job to get some straight arms there, but he's allowed the clinch. Bengtsson doing a good job of driving in. Kimura defense, possibly from Dave Keeley. Some of those elbows we saw Brett Seisland use.
Wow, and he's successful with his takedown. He finds himself in the half guard.
Yeah, the kind of pinning pressure that an Olympic wrestler is going to be able to put on you from here is not going to be pleasant. But Dave Keeley, you know, has good guard. He's been working on it, and of course those very long limbs to throw up the submissions.
The kind of preparation that you need to compete in the Olympics is very comparable to a fight camp. So he's going to be used to those kind of pressures and performing on the big stage. At the moment, Keeley is sitting in Bengtsson's guard.
Yeah, he's cupping the back of the head, almost looking for a can opener neck crank from this position. In fact, he is looking for a can opener neck crank. Very interesting
very
submission. Yeah, very interesting submission attack from Eddy Bengtsson. Framing on the face is Dave Keeley. I don't think I've ever seen anyone apply a can opener as a legitimate submission attempt within mixed martial arts. Usually you use it to open the guard of your opponent.
It's quite interesting. Is he using that because of the physical dimensions? It's a long way out for Keeley to get his hips clear. And he's staying with it, Josh. He's really giving it a good go. Yeah,
very interesting game plan from Eddy Bengtsson here. Let's see if he can do some damage, otherwise Mark Goddard might be thinking about standing it up.
Keeley is clear, but he's got to be careful of the hand across the face. He's trying to smother Keeley.
Yeah, he's got to be very... Oh, thumb in the windpipe. And some hammer fists now. Good posture, good ground and pound, looking to go for the knee bar.
Rolling knee bar attempt from Keeley, but some...
Wow, inverted guard for Dave Keeley now. Unfortunately, giving up the north-south position, showing his intention to not be submissive to the wrestler here.
Yes, we see Bengtsson in side control again.
Dave Keeley can generate an awful lot of power off that cage should he choose to put those long limbs to use and try and push his hips off.
Yeah, very good.
Key lock now for a couple of key lock victories on the record of Eddy Bengtsson.
By Keeley, managed to get the space with the use of the fence. Back to half guard.
Yeah, looking to wrap the head now. Possible guillotine. Looking to have a really squeezy, grinding performance at the moment is Eddy Bengtsson. A lot of very unpleasant top pressure for Dave Keeley to deal with.
Yeah, absolutely right.
Good posture in the half guard from Dave Keeley, trying to get his hips out to the side. Oh, he's given up the underhook, though.
Technical encounter here at the HMV Forum for Cage Warriors 45.
Oh, Dave Keeley, got to be careful of this key lock. Hand wavering as though he's getting a tap. Eddy Bengtsson's cranking it for all he's worth.
He's trying to get his leg free. To just sit over the top of that arm.
I think Dave Keeley's managed to just create enough of an angle to relieve the pressure.
I'm grimacing just watching this, Josh.
Eddy Bengtsson's got a bit of time to try and lock this up a little tighter.
Oh, he's abandoned.
Oh, he's given up. Can Dave Keeley come out to the back here, though?
He does, and there's not a lot of reaction from Bengtsson.
Yeah, Eddy Bengtsson's got to get back to his feet and start working quickly.
Which he does, and Keeley looking low, going high, cheeky.
Has Bengtsson tired himself out here, trying to keep Keeley on the ground? Oh, Keeley.
Wow, and it looks like there's almost... Bengtsson's taken to the ground. He got hit with a couple of those elbows.
Dave Keeley landing
to the ground.
Yeah, landing some elbows from the top.
They must have, I mean, they're coming a long way down, Josh, and they've immediately dazed Bengtsson, and like, he doesn't actually know where he is.
Yeah, it's opened up a cut as well, I think.
Yeah, Bengtsson now flat on his back. His eyes were swimming a little bit there, so it's good to see that the medics are already with him. Let's take another look at that. Keeley was using his elbows to try and strike.
Well, that's twice tonight we've seen that weapon used incredibly effectively to...
Here it is, twisted in, 1, 2, and on the first one, straight away, Bengtsson drops down.
Dave Keeley just walking around the guard of Eddy Bengtsson on the floor there. Really was. They really appeared to do the damage very, very quickly and succinctly, didn't they?
Well, sure. I mean, they were pretty much around the temple, and as we can see, the Iron Giant is a very tall 6'10", and where the angle that they were coming down from, they were able to obviously generate a lot of power to trouble Bengtsson. Just waiting to see that Eddy gets back to his feet. Still looking a little dazed, but he's back with us. Oh, wow. Oh, he's very unsteady on his feet. Clearly hurt from those elbows. Quite astonishing. Anyway, let's hand it over to Jay, and let's hand it over to Mr. Martinez. He's going to make it official.
It comes at 4 minutes, 40 seconds, round number 1. Stoppage for your winner by TKO victory, the Iron Giant, Dave Keeley.